Welcome to Truth and Company Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, John the Truth Dioria, and today we have another segment of 20 random questions. And your guest today is pro MMA fighter and pro boxer, Jesse Wannemacher. How you doing, Jesse?
Pretty good, man.
I got fumbled up there for a minute, man. You got too many titles, dude.
I know.
So how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Finally a nice day in the Northland for once, for a day anyway.
Right? So yesterday, if people haven't seen it, you kind of put an announcement on your Facebook page about your career. And if they haven't seen it, do you kind of want to make that announcement here?
Yeah, I've pretty much decided that I'm going to retire from competition, basically. MMA competition. Well, probably boxing too, but I just had a couple injuries pop up and stuff, and I just feel like I'm kind of at the end of my ropes anyway, so losing the passion, I guess, for competition, you know, the get down with work all day, then go to the gym all night, then trying to find free time and this and that. It's just kind of spreading myself too thin, I think.
All right. Well, that's sad to hear, man, because I know you like the competition, but you know, eventually we all got to decide in our own mind when it's time to go.
Yeah.
But I know you're kind of into a lot of different sports that keep you busy anyway, so you'll stay in shape.
Yeah, I stay pretty busy anyway. So.
All right. Well, you ready for these random 20 questions?
Sure.
All right. Number one, how did you get involved in MMA and boxing?
Well, actually, fighting in general, actually, since like I was a really young boy, I always kind of followed fighting and stuff. Actually, when I was like 8 years old, 10 years old, I'd actually paid a lot of attention to boxing and stuff. And I had that Mike Tyson's Punch-Out game on regular Nintendo. You know, I played that all the time when I was younger. And my grandma actually rented couple Mike Tyson's fights for me when I was a young boy. So that was super cool. And then when I got older, I just decided I was going to join boxing. My younger brother was actually in it before me, and he was kind of doing all right. He was losing a couple of fights, and I was like, "You need your big bro to step in here and show you how it's done here, Jeff." It was kind of a joke, but then all of a sudden I started doing really good. And I had my first fight within like a month or two, and then all of a sudden just took off from there. And I did boxing for quite a few years, had like 50 fights, and then I was helping some wrestlers that were training for MMA fights, helping them with their stand-up. And all of a sudden I was like, "Oh shit, I'm actually not too bad on the ground either." So then it kind of just went from there and started doing MMA too.
And then you went back, and then you decided to transfer into pro fights, right? Boxing,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I did pro MMA for a long time too, but then I was like, I always wanted to go back to boxing, you know, but maybe it was a little too late at that point, but whatever.
Okay. All right. Question 2. Do you have any hobbies outside of the sport of boxing?
Yeah, I have a lot of hobbies. Probably mountain biking is my number one. I like paddleboarding too, stand-up paddleboarding. I'm a really water sport guy. I do surf on Lake Superior. I do a lot of camping, hiking, stuff like that. So I'm pretty busy in the outdoors.
Okay. Question 3. Do you have a pre-fight meal that you always have to eat?
I do actually. Seems like most towns where I'm at, I wake up the morning of the fight day, and they always have a Perkins there. So I always get the buttermilk pancakes and a big plate of pancakes and stuff like that. And that's kind of my go-to is pancakes in the morning of my fight.
Okay. Question 4. What is something that your fans don't know about you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good with my fans of retelling them how things are and stuff. Maybe I don't get nervous at all before my fights. And I actually think that's kind of my problem with a lot of my more recent fights is I have no nerves at all. Like it's just another day in the office, and I walk in there at my heart rate at 40 beats per minute. And I think maybe I'm too calm. And that kind of hurts me a little bit sometimes.
Okay. Question 5. If you could have dinner with any four people in the world, dead or alive, celebrities, people in history, anybody, who would it be?
Oof, that's a tough one. I think one of them would probably be Chuck Liddell. He kind of started my interest in MMA. And when I was boxing, I always had a really strong overhand right. That was kind of my Liddell overhand right. Nowadays, one of my favorite fighters is probably Tyson Fury. He seems like quite the character that he'd be a fun guy to have lunch dinner with.
Doesn't have to be all fighters. It
Yep,
can be
yep. I was just
anybody.
gonna switch to non-fighters. Probably some musicians of some kind. The lead singer of Primus, Les Claypool, he'd be quite the character. And probably my grandpa. I haven't seen him for a long time. He died a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Question 6. What's a typical Friday night for you?
Typical Friday night, work till about 4:30. Depending on if I'm in fight camp or not, that changes a lot. Usually, lately, a lot of times it's leaving town, hopping in the car, loading up the camper, heading out, and driving to some different town for some weekend of hiking and stuff.
Okay. Question 7. If you could live in any country in the world, where would you live?
I'd probably still live in the USA.
Okay. That's a fair answer. Question 8. What movie or TV series could you watch over and over?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I watch that nonstop on repeat. Even if I've watched the whole season, I'm like, repeat.
Okay. Question 9. Do you enjoy roller coasters?
I love roller coasters.
That does not surprise me. But question 10. How do you inspire other people?
I think a lot of people just see how hard I train, and they know that what it takes to get to the next level. They see I don't ever get tired. I'm really cardio machine. So when like people are doing hundreds of push-ups and I'm like, I'm good, I'm not even tired, they're like, wow, I need to step up my game here.
Okay. Question 11. If you could box in a celebrity boxing match with any actor or other athlete, who would you want to fight?
Probably Justin Bieber. I don't like him.
Oh, that would be a good match too, dude. I would pay to watch that. That was a good answer. Question 12. If you could be a piece of fruit, what piece of fruit would you be?
A kiwi.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
All right, question 13. Who is your favorite athlete?
Right now, probably Tyson Fury.
All right. Question 14. What is something on your bucket list?
My bucket list is actually, it was strange that I haven't done it, is travel the whole Lake Superior Circle Tour, all the way around Lake Superior. I've kind of been knocking off every little thing for every piece of it all the way around the United States side, but I haven't hit the Canadian side yet.
Okay. So that's on your bucket list, is to finish that?
Yep.
All right. Question 15. What's the best dish you can cook?
Oof, I cook a lot. That's a tough one. I don't know. I make a pretty mean steak, actually.
Okay. Question 16. If you bought a yacht, what would you name it?
That's easy one. The Unsinkable 2.
Okay. He said 2. What happened to the first one?
Exactly.
It stunk. Oh. All right. Question 17. What's the first thing you eat after weigh-ins?
Fruit.
Okay. Question 18. What is the most dangerous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, that's a tough one too. Let's see. I don't know, man. Do a lot of dangerous stuff.
I know. That's why I asked the question, because I knew there had to been a good answer. Now I stumped you. You can't even give me one.
Get my girlfriend angry.
Okay, that's a good answer. All right, question 19. Would you rather spend the evening smoking weed with Mike Tyson or drinking wine with Kevin Hart?
Smoking with Mike Tyson.
Okay. All right, question 20. This is your last question. What advice do you give a kid that wants to become a boxer or an MMA fighter?
The best day to start is yesterday, man. The sooner the better. It'll change your life.
All right, that's a good way to end it. All right, well, listen, Jesse, I appreciate you coming on, man, and being honest and having fun with the 20 random questions. I am sad that you made the announcement that you're not going to be competing anymore. But we all know fighters sometimes change their mind depending on the amount of money or what happens in their life. So hopefully we'll see you again, either in a cage or in a ring.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate
All right.
it.
Appreciate it. And the truth has spoken.
All right, later, guys.